Digital anchor Christine Barconi joins us now from the NBC4i Streaming Center with a look at the stories making headlines on this afternoon. Hi, Christine.
Hey, good afternoon, Audrey and Brad. Top online this afternoon, a new survey has named Dublin as the best small city to live in Ohio and the 10th best in the entire country. According to WalletHub's criteria, Dublin ranked in the 99th percentile and represents the top 1% of small cities. The personal finance website said they compared more than 1,300 U.S. cities with populations of 25 to 100,000 based off of 43 key indicators of livability, ranging from housing costs to school system quality to restaurants per capita. According to the 2020 census data, Dublin saw an 18% population increase in the past decade to more than 49,000 residents. It is the largest city to border Columbus and the second largest city to be considered a Columbus suburb, just behind Newark. Also trending, a soldier killed during World War II will make his long-awaited return home to the Buckeye State. Back in December of 1944, the then 24-year-old Army Private Emmett Schwartz died during an operation in Germany, and his body was never recovered. A historian with the Defense POW MIA accounting agency recently determined a set of remains buried in France belongs to him. He will return home and will be buried November 18th in New Philadelphia. And take a look at this dramatic fiery plane crash video coming out of the Houston area. The most unbelievable part, all 21 people on board this plane escaped, with just one injury being reported. Texas authorities say the plane crashed as it was taking off from the Houston Executive Airport shortly after 10 a.m. Authorities said the plane failed to gain altitude at the end of the runway, rolled through a fence, and then caught fire in a field just north of the airport. The FAA and NTSB are now investigating. And take a look at this. The new discovery of something very old is trending online as well. Israeli archaeologists say a scuba diver found an ancient sword off the country's Mediterranean coast. Fearing that the sword could be covered up by shifting sands, the diver who found it took it ashore and then handed it over to those archaeologists. Experts say it dates back to the Crusaders of over 900 years ago.
Because of the area where the sword was found, not so far from the Crusader castle of Atlit, which is a Templar castle, during the early 13th century. We are assuming that it belonged to the Crusader period because of the size, because of the other artifacts that belong to the sword.
The archaeologist you just heard from there will now take the sword back to the Israel Antiques Authority lab and decide how to clean and preserve it. What an amazing find, guys. Did you see all the seashells and marine life on it?
Yes, so
I mean, don't you think that scuba diver thought, I wonder how much money this could bring? And he just hands it over.
I know. What an upstanding guy. Did the right thing.
Dedicated historian there. Thank you, Christine.